Now, this is grade 4, and we'll be looking at a much easier way to write a chromatic scale. There are various methods, but I'm going to show you a very simple method. Personally, I call it the keyboard method. It's the simplest way to write a chromatic scale without even thinking. So, because we are using the keyboard, I would like to sketch it somewhere here. So I'll just sketch the keyboard somewhere here. So let's do C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Maybe we stop there. Okay, I can add a B here. So now put the black keys. These are the accidentals. Good. Now we can start writing now. So just write directly from the keyboard, because the whole essence of a chromatic scale is that the distance between each of the notes is a semitone. That's throughout the scale. And when you are done writing, you should have 13 notes. So just follow the keyboard, whether ascending or descending. Now let's take this question and see how I apply the keyboard to writing chromatic scale. So I call this method chromatic scales made easy. Just follow me. Now, the question says, starting from the given note, write a chromatic scale ascending. Now we are given B flat here. So since we are ascending, I would like to add another, let me just add another flat there, possibly an A. Now we are starting on this note. Just follow me. We are starting on B flat. B flat is already on the scale. So after B flat, what we have will be a B. You know, the distance between B flat and B is a semitone. So we will have a B, and for that B, you will have to put a natural sign. Then from B, you go to C. That's a C. Now from C, you go to C sharp. You have C sharp. You have C sharp there. From C sharp, you have a D. Now from D, you go to D sharp. From D sharp, you move to E. From E, you move to F. From F, you move to F sharp. Then G. Then G sharp. Then you have A. And after A, you have B flat. Now, you see how easy it is. You just write. Now that I've got, you know, I started, every scale starts and ends on the same note. So I started on B flat, I ended with B flat. Now let's count our notes if it is up to 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's correct. Then another thing I want you to know, there is no one way of writing chromatic scale. If three different persons write a chromatic scale, the tendency is that we are likely to write it differently. But all you should concentrate on is that the distance between each of the notes is a semitone. Now, I want to rewrite this same scale in another way, and I'm still going to use the keyboard. Now, let's start again. B flat is already there, and I have a B here, a B following. Then I have a C. After a C, I can decide to do D flat at this point. I can decide to do D flat. And after D flat, I'll have a D with a natural sign because it's natural. After that, I'll have E flat. I'll have E flat. And after E flat, I'll have E natural. After E, I have F. After F, I can decide to do F sharp. can decide to do F sharp, then a G. After a G, I can decide to do A flat. So I can decide to do A flat here. And after A flat, I have an A, which is with a natural sign. After the A, I end up with B flat. So if you check, let's just see. I started with B flat, I ended on B flat. Let's see if I have 13 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, you'll see that the first one is different from the second one, but because I'm writing from the keyboard, just verify that the distance between each of the notes is a semitone. So this is another way. In fact, I can rewrite this same scale in a different way. Yes, we are still on chromatic scales. Now, I've written 2 before. Now I want to try writing that same scale with this given note. You know, we started with it. We've done 2 types. Now I want to write that same chromatic scale still from the keyboard in another different way. So I'll still need to sketch the keyboard. So I'll have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B here. Let's say B flat, A. So we now go C, D, the black keys in between. So let's say D. Let's stop here. Now, I still want to write that same chromatic scale in another different way, still from the same keyboard, ensuring that the distance between each of the notes is a semitone. Now, let's go again from the keyboard. We have B flat there, which is this. Now, instead of doing B, I can decide to do C flat. Just follow me. I can decide to do C flat. So now, starting on B flat, I can decide to do C flat here. And after C flat, I'll now do C. Then after C, I can decide to do C sharp, or I can do D flat. But let's go with, okay, no. I can't, because in a chromatic scale, you can't have more than 2 notes on the same space, in the same space or on the same line. So since I already have 2 notes on C, I can only go to D flat. So that puts me at D flat. So that's D flat. And after D flat, I can now have a D. After D, I can do E flat. And after E flat, I do E. After E, I go straight to F. After F, I can do F sharp. I can do F sharp. And after F sharp, I do G. After G, I can do A flat. I can do, that we already have G there, so I can do G sharp, can do G sharp. After G sharp, I do A. And after A, I do B flat. Because after A, the next semitone is B flat. So now that I've got into B flat, let's just see if I have 13 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's correct. So that's another way. Just follow the keyboard and you write it straight from the keyboard, ascending or descending. Now let's take another example here. Here you are given a key signature and you are given a note. And here we are going to do a descending chromatic scale. We are given B. So let's see how we write that straight from the keyboard too. You know, we are starting on B, but because we are descending, you know, descending will be coming this way on the keyboard. So that's the note on the stave. So we have B. So the next semitone is actually a B flat. So we are going to have B flat. After B flat, if you look at, after B flat, we are going to have A. So you have an A here. Now, after A, you have after A, you have A flat. Yes, you can have A flat. Now we are here, we are at A flat. Now, after A flat, we have a G, because the next semitone is a G. And after G, remember, line F has a sharp. After G, the next semitone is actually F sharp. So because there is a sharp already in the key signature, all you need to do is to put an ordinary note. You are not supposed to put an accidental. Then after the F sharp, the next semitone is actually F, because this is F sharp. So we need to do F now. And with that, you need to put a natural sign to have F. After F there, you have E. After E, the next semitone is, after E there, you have E flat. So after E here, you have E flat. And after E flat, you have D. After D, well, after D, you can have a D flat. Yes, after D there, you can have a D flat or a C sharp. I'll prefer C sharp because there is already a sharp on C from the key signature. So I'd rather prefer to do C sharp. With that, I don't need any accidental. Now, after C sharp, I now have a C, a proper C now. And because there is a sharp on there, I need to add natural sign. After the C, I have a B. And after the B, okay, we are ending on B. Yeah, because I started on B. I'm on B there. So let's count if I have 13 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you see, you can write either way. Personally, I call this keyboard method. It's the simplest way to write chromatic scales without even thinking about it.